So I give you two examples, and I would say one is a good example, one is a bad example, kind of a situation, right? I would say, in the example that I'm talking about, the good example is actually an Indian company, which actually was seeing part of its business come under threat from quote-unquote new competition. And the approach that they adopted was actually a very interesting one, where they actually said we are going to do multiple parallel experiments. So rather than in some sense saying I'm going to take one big bet, I'm going to plant 10 small bets which are there, see how each of these experiments sort of pans out, and then around, and they had a very I wouldn't say strict, but a disciplined approach to killing experiments and moving on as well. So it was not that just because we have started, we have to live with it. So the 10 became 4, became 2 over a period of time. So I think that is the right approach. I'm not sure whether it's completely frugal or not, but I think what it did was the value at risk which was there was never that high. See, the one challenge that I see, so I was doing some work with a company, and the original piece that we started off was to say, we have to develop a 5-year plan, 5-year strategy. And 1 week into the project, I still remember this question. One of the business heads said, you're asking me to prepare a 5-year plan. This was sometime in November. He said, I don't know what my revenue is going to be on 31st March. And you're asking me what's... But I think the important thing was it helped them be prepared. So actually, 2 weeks into the project, we actually changed the in some sense of what the final outcome should be. Rather than saying there is one strategic plan, it was like almost multiple versions of the strategic plan, which over a period of time helped them. If X happened, then what do we do, kind of a thing. So that, I would say, is the quote unquote the right approach. A bad example, so this is actually an MNC in a highly competitive industry, and there the thing was, we have to take a big bet, and they actually invested a fair bit of money behind a certain platform and so on, and it was actually 2 years later, it didn't pan out the way they had anticipated, partly because some of the things in the environment changed, but actually partly because it was a lumpy investment. And I genuinely feel that lumpy investments, unless they are absolutely critical, see, for example, if you're in the steel industry, you can't help but make lumpy investments, right? Because that the minimum capacity addition you have to do has to be X million tons, so there's no option but to do it. But in others, as much as possible, can you variabilize it, put it in small quantums, and even if it's at a slightly higher per unit cost, I think it's worth it.
Let me add a few things in addition to what he's saying. I think one thing he mentioned was that it's difficult to predict the future, and nothing to do with disruption, but the overall cycle in terms of business planning is undergoing big change. I think beyond a point, it's impossible to predict what is going to happen 3 or 5 years. So organizations are looking at a much more short-term business planning cycle. Would you agree? So,
absolutely.
I mean, it's more directional.
Absolutely.
Year 1, you are much more specific, but absolutely. Beyond that, it's very, very difficult. So, I think 5 years you may do scenario planning, but you don't do a business plan for 5 years. And no point doing financials and spending all the energy in terms of what is my financials up 5 years later, because of highly disruptive environment. I think the second thing you mentioned was how do you de-risk, and as he rightly said it, depending on the sector you are in. Sometimes if you want to experiment in steel industry, you have to put some big investment and there is no other option. So I think depending on the circumstances you are in, you can, if it is possible, to de-risk by doing a series of experiments, prototypes, and then move forward. A lot will depend on the sector you are in. Also will depend on your risk-taking profile and abilities. You may want to just take some very big risk. So I think a lot will depend on that. But I think in many cases it's possible to prototype and de-risk by experimentation on small scale and then scaling it up.